Hello, good evening. Uh, Welcome to the Honours Day, and I'm privileged as the member of the Governors Council to say a few words on behalf of the Fairview International School Kuala Lumpur Honours Day. I was told the theme for this year is Unity in Strength, and I think it's most appropriate during this pandemic time of COVID-19, where the whole community of Fairview showed unity in strength. I must congratulate all the teachers. We in the Board of Governors Council, we already initiated and gave the support for the school to embrace technology way before the COVID-19 ever took place. And the teachers were already planning to introduce blended education and flipped classroom, and they were already preparing and all that. So when this pandemic happened, it became timely to implement what has been in the planning, and I'm very glad to hear that the teachers did very well. And I was told, and I've seen the reports, that we did not cut short in terms of delivery of our curriculum. The whole syllabus was completed within this semester. And in addition of completing the syllabus as per the requirement of the various criteria, they also had tutorial session for the students, and I was also told that they also have a hotline where students were able to ask questions. And parents, I'm sure you were there at home to see what's going on in the classroom, because it was done virtually, so you can actually see what's going on. And it is a lot of work on the teachers, in delivering an online lesson, but they did it diligently. I'm very proud of the teachers. I thank you all very much. And of course, I thank you parents for playing a supportive role at home, to ensure that the child came into the virtual classroom on time, just like a school timetable. Everything was normal, and they had a chance to interact with the students and all that. And I was told the various activities that was planned, like celebration of learning, the reading program, the maths mastery, was all done virtually beautifully. And I was told that the IGCSE, although the exam was cancelled, but the CIE, or the Cambridge International Examination Board, allowed us to submit predicted grade based on what we have done. And we have been doing it since quarter 3 and quarter 4 and quarter 2, 3 and 4. All the various mock exams were told, and we have been constantly preparing the topical examinations. And these are all evidences to show Cambridge that our students are well prepared to get good high grades. And I'm sure all of you will be getting high grades. So please be proud of our teachers who have taken all this trouble to ensure that all the M5 students are getting the IGC certificate with good grades. Now, next year onwards, the present M4 students will be going to M5. We will not be having IGC exam. We will be looking into the IB MYPE assessment, where personal project is one of the most important criteria, where the students will be able to do a project on their own initiative, and looking at various ATS skills that they will be using. And I'm looking forward. The board, the Governors Council, are looking forward to see the exhibition of the personal project in next year. So once again, on behalf of the Chairman and the Governors Council of Fairview International School, Kuala Lumpur, I wish you all a wonderful Honours Day. God bless. Thank you.
A warm welcome to our wisdom, the Board of Governors, our direction, the Board of Directors, our cheerleaders, the parents at Fairview, our teammates, our educators and administrators, and our passion, the learners at Fairview. Thank you for watching our Honours Day video. On behalf of all of the management at Fairview, I'd like to thank everyone for sacrificing their typical face-to-face Honours Day celebrations to preserve the safety and well-being of everyone in our community. We've all had to make our individual sacrifices, and I thank you for yours. It's been a challenging period for all of us. Teachers had to adapt to taking lessons online. Parents had to stretch the limits of their patience. and students had to learn in new formats. Thank you all for persisting with us throughout the MCO. We all make mistakes along the way, and I am so grateful to the many parents and students who approached our shortcomings with forgiveness and grace. At the time of this recording, we still have no confirmation about what's going to happen in August 2020. Rest assured, when school reopens, Fairview is prepared for both physical and online scenarios. Thankfully, because the normal academic pace was maintained, all our children will progress to the next academic year without disruption. As a teenager, there was a time when a group of friends of mine sat around and made paper stars for another friend who was sick. Many of us didn't know how to do it, so another friend taught us. As one of my friends did it, I saw she destroyed many of her imperfect stars. And then she started again. When I asked her why, she shared that it wasn't perfect, and she only wanted to make perfect stars. I, on the other hand, made my imperfect stars, and even though they weren't great when I started, as I continued, I think eventually my stars were pretty good. At the end of the hour, I realized I made about 100 stars, and she was still at number 10. In my experience, we often wait for the perfect circumstance to present itself before we move forward. During the good times, it isn't too difficult, but when the dark times arrive, like today, as we stare at a potential worldwide recession, this becomes more difficult. Perfection is the enemy of the good. While safety isn't something we should compromise, we can't all be in a bubble suit when we go out. Neither can we stay home forever. Many of us look to the vaccine as a panacea. But the reality is that this is a virus, and the virus can mutate away from the vaccine, rendering it less effective. A new pandemic may arise, another wave may come. If we waited for the perfect solution to restart our lives again, we could potentially end up in lockdown for the rest of it. Many individuals during the crisis have offered innovative solutions to our daily challenges. More meat and fish is now being sold directly to homes. Cashless systems are now commonplace at almost every retail outlet. And schools who refuse to be beaten by the virus have taken their lessons online. Every creative solution has its challenges. Every one of them has a weakness. And every time a new solution is brought forward, someone will cast doubt about its ability to succeed. But in time, just like the television and the radio, those that persist through the difficult times, pivot and adapt to the challenges they face, will succeed. Perhaps the most important part of this story is what is our personal role, our response to challenges. Do we, like my friend, settle for perfection and be paralyzed in the process? Do we hear brave individuals with their flawed attempts and ridicule or belittle them? Or do we approach the situation with supportive demeanor, open-mindedness, and hope? The only ones who can truly say what we should or should not do in this pandemic are the medical professionals. Beyond their absolute guidelines about health protocols, distancing, or travel, I encourage everyone to keep moving forward. Know your risks, what you can or cannot do, but keep moving forward. I recently had the unpleasant opportunity to witness one man shout at 3 frightened women. They had a difference in opinion about a certain matter, but he chose to insist that others must think like him and do as he says. He chose to emotionally embarrass them and intimidate them into submission to get what he wanted. In the end, I found out he had faced financial challenges and was incredibly fearful about his future. that the story describes a familiar emotion in all of us. Many of us during these times feel insecure regarding the future and resort to survivalist tendencies, looking out for only me, myself, and I. Across the world, we see this in the form of riots, bigotry, intolerance, and plain old mean words. The question stands then, as an IB community, as a community that chose a different route, what will you do? As a community that is aware of the dangers of repeating our past prejudices, misconceptions, and habits. A community that is committed to prepare our young souls for a new, brighter future, one unshackled from our past. A community that believes that success built on the dead bodies of the inconvenient is no success at all. What will you do? There is no need to look far. We're spending an incredible amount of time at home after all. Practice small, regular acts of caring, kindness with your loved ones. Remind everyone we are better working together, not against each other. Be open-minded to new possibilities, and always remember that the phrase, "let's not reinvent the wheel," is a terrible one. The wheel had to be reinvented hundreds of times over the years to get to where we are today. The world does not need more cynics, suspicion, or unkind words. It needs care, a sincere desire to work together, and open-mindedness. Oh, and your children already learn these as the learner profile attributes of caring, collaboration, and open-mindedness in their classes. Unfortunately, it's bad news all around. HSBC plans to retrench about 35,000 staff worldwide. The UK economy in April shrank by about 20% in April, and the OECD forecast for 2020 is a negative 6% contraction in the global economy. As businesses face the heat, they are going to really rethink who they want working for them. The fastest people to be shown the door will be those that perform repetitive tasks, those who can't work without repeated instructions, and those who compete instead of collaborating, and those who are not creative or adaptable. These will not be your children. You made the right choice to prepare your children for a future, not an exam. And it's become very obvious now. While other children are being prepared to mindlessly sit examinations and memorize mountains of facts, your children are considering solutions to problems, examining possibilities, collaborating with each other, and presenting their thoughts, preparing to adapt and pivot them later. When other children enter the workforce, the first thing they ask is, what am I supposed to do? Every step of the way. Your children will ask, how will they contribute? And they will suggest new ways of working as well. Every parent at Fairview thought deeply about their children's future and took a gamble by not jumping onto the traditional education bandwagon. That there was a better way, that a progressive IB education is the right path. Congratulations, you are all winners. So in summary, 1. Be reassured and celebrate your decision to educate your children for a future, not an exam. Your children look to you as a role model of one that takes action not because it's easy or convenient, but because it was the right decision for their future. 2. When everyone else is being all cynical and looking out for themselves, bring a little kindness to the table and show them through your actions how we are better working together, not against each other. And finally, keep moving forward and let hope, not fear, be your guide. Stay safe and healthy, ever onwards.
Dearest parents and students, Welcome to our virtual Honours Day celebration for the year 2019-2020. We hope that all of you are well and in good health. First and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. I am Elaine Lam, the PYP coordinator for the Fairview Kuala Lumpur campus. Well, it has indeed been a challenging quarter due to the pandemic outbreak. However, it has not stopped us from witnessing the growth and development of our students over the year as we celebrate their success and achievements. To all the award winners, congratulations. Together, we can say our mission is achieved. Fairview International School adheres to our mission by valuing positive relationships, as we believe that student motivation and success is attributed to the relationship that we foster within our community. Positive and strong relationships between parents, teachers, and students create a nurturing and safe environment where students can be educated to promote love and commitment to learning. We also like to take this moment to thank those parents who volunteered to become our guest speakers, our storytellers, and took time off their busy schedule to join us in school. The children enjoyed very much all the sessions conducted in the library and were able to reflect on their learning inside the classroom. We would also like to thank all the parents for their continuous support in the distance learning that has taken place this quarter. In just a short span of time, our dedicated PYP team worked really hard to develop meaningful lessons and delivered them through the synchronous and asynchronous learning. They also failed to cultivate positive values and emotions in the teaching and learning process along the way. Teachers have spent hours guiding the students using the different applications, namely Zoom, ClassDojo, and Google Classroom, in ensuring that the learning never ceased. And we believe that parents, of course, have played a major role as well in supporting the learners this time around. Despite encountering some challenges along the way, we have successfully pulled through and will continue to strengthen and improve the teaching and learning process. Not to forget, the teachers have also been showing the learners the love and care is an education in itself by developing and reflecting their values through our IB Learner Profile attributes. We treat everyone in our school as part of our Fairview family. Like any other schools, we too face similar challenges when students encounter difficulties in their learning, especially this quarter. Hence, as educators, we are always there to give children a shoulder to lean and to cry on, provide a listening ear and a compassionate heart. We are always there to help encourage the learners to move forward. We welcome, of course, any constructive feedback and suggestions from parents too. So now, how do we promote a family relationship? First of all, by believing in each other and having a strong faith in one's future. Together every day, we guide our kids and advise them on the right choices, creating an awareness and having faith in them. Our AYERS team is also providing continuous support in their coaching sessions with the students, enabling them to share their thoughts and emotions freely. Our dedicated homeroom teachers are also ever approachable in case students need to open up on certain issues that they cannot resolve by themselves. Last but not the least, we thank you all for the contributions made and we wish you a happy holiday. Stay indoors and stay safe. Till then, we shall meet again next academic year 2020-2021. Thank you.
Hi kids, this is the P4 teachers. We just want to say thank you so much for, all the fun and weird times. Despite the fact that all the chaos and mayhem that's happened, we still want to thank you for all the laughs or the smiles because of the weird, funny, and strange stuff that you've caused. Because despite everything, you kids were worth it.
Yeah, and I am very overwhelmed today as under our guidance, you have achieved this impressive milestone of your student life with integrity. So because of your intelligence, you have left behind a very good legacy for the juniors to follow.
Okay, and then we've been through a long way since the beginning of the academic year. We have our ups and downs in classroom, in school, and also distance learning at home. So I would like to thank everyone for being such unique students. We have so much fun teaching and exploring different things with you. And although it's a little bit sad that we can't meet each other physically on our last days of schools together, we would like to wish every one of you all the best in your future.
Yeah. So we'll miss you.
Bye.
Bye,
We'll miss you.
kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello teachers and friends, my name is Asma. I'm from class 4Y. Time is flying and this academic year is ending. In this academic year, I have learned a lot of knowledge and I also learned how to use the IB Learner Profile and ATL skills in writing my reflection and in doing my works. I also faced some challenges like color mixing and trying different types of brush strokes in art class. So I need to practice more to improve these challenges. In this year, we all have special experiences because of the COVID-19 breakout. For over 3 months, we have stayed at home and have virtual learnings. The biggest problems is our eyes because we keep looking at our device's screen. And our school has shortened the duration of each class so that it can solve this problem. I also miss my friends and classmates from school. I haven't seen them for a long time and I wish to see them when school opens. I also want to thank all of my teachers for their hard work and making us learn in this bad situation right now. I heard that my English and math teachers are leaving, but I feel sad about it, but we'll always remember you in our hearts and we're always gonna miss you. Thank you.